I'm live free or die. Cheers, New Hampshire. Live free or die, New Hampshire. Kind of, there's a libertarian bent to me for sure in that, you know what, you do what you want. Just don't bother me or my children. Thank you very much about it. And so when someone like this character, Dylan Mulvaney, shows up on the scene, it can actually be pretty offensive. One, because Dylan Mulvaney is actually targeting young people with an alcohol campaign, mind you, something that Ted Cruz, senator from Texas, as well as Marsha Blackburn, the senator from Tennessee, were very quick and smart to point out. And they're suing, actually, AB InBev, Anheuser-Busch, as a result of this.
Hi. Impressive carrying skills, right? I got some Bud Lights for us. So, I kept hearing about this thing called March Madness, and I thought we were all just having a hectic month, but it turns out it has something to do with sports. And I'm not sure exactly which sport, but either way.
Well, that little campaign, that one little influencer actually wound up costing that company a whole lot of money, to the tune of nearly $30 billion and still counting, because the numbers just keep on going down. Like Bud Light is very swiftly going out of business. And by the way, all the other brands with it. Budweiser here. This Bud's for you. I mean, it may soon be a shell of what it was. I mean, think about how sad that really is. And the mismanagement all along the way from the marketing executives that somehow thought that this was a cool idea. You know, they would refresh the brand with Dylan Mulvaney. From the acceptance of the award for Marketer of the Year, and really not the proper, if you ask me, humility and humor about it all when they got it. And then you have Brendan Whitworth, who is the CEO of the company. I'm shocked he still has a job. Listen, if I were on the board, well, if I were a shareholder looking to do some shakeups, I'd be pushing that board so hard to be getting rid of him. Nothing against the guy, but this has just been mismanaged from the start. So somehow he thinks that if he goes on CBS, maybe he'll get a little sympathy there. I want you to listen to the anchor who speaks first. This is one of the anchors they've got over on CBS who almost seems like he's on the payroll for the media company that wants to tell this story of, oh, poor me, poor me. And by the way, look, it is sad what has happened to some of the plants and some of the distributors. I'm not gonna say, that it's not sad. You'll hear what this anchor has to say. But nonetheless, this whole thing seems totally contrived. Watch Brendan Whitworth, CEO of Anheuser-Busch, being interviewed by some guy over on CBS.
This new campaign, this new ad campaign is going to focus on the people behind the beer.
Yep.
They've faced, confrontations just for driving a Bud Light truck. If you're a distributor, you face confrontations for selling the beer.
And
there have been bomb threats. The LAPD
true.
had to do a sweep through a brewery in Los Angeles, right? This is all happening. So when you have these conversations with these folks, I mean, I imagine some frank words are exchanged. They're upset. What do you say back? And is there any financial assistance to them?
Well, we announced a couple weeks ago or last week, we are announcing investment for our frontline employees and their employment, as well as financial support for our wholesalers.
Has that started?
That has started.
The money's going out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So he's going to give a little cash handout here and there, which just means if you're a shareholder, you're getting sunk even further. Like there's no fixing this at this point. I played you the commercial the other day, which was basically making fun of their drinkers, of their consumers. They're all falling all over each other, falling out of the hammock. They're falling off their paddleboard. They're just a bunch of idiots. I guess that's what they think. Anyway, so this is a company. It's lost $27 billion and counting. And I don't think it's going to change. I think that the CEO himself probably went and did that CBS show in an attempt to try and do something to salvage his reputation, something to salvage his company, but it's not salvageable. I mean, this has become such a loaded symbol on both sides, frankly. Bud Light, no more. Wow, Alyssa Heinerstein, you're making Harvard look good. Brendan Whitworth making Harvard look good. I'll tell you what Harvard needs to do. They need to do one big giant old case study on this one and make every HBS student sit down and read it. Here we go. Marketing 101. Do not alienate your core consumer. You know what? You don't need to go to college or to business school or to Harvard, thank you very much, to understand that. Now do you?